Glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. We have a top 25 class between two of the best teams in the sport and both hoping to enhance their postseason resume. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Indiana Hoosiers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, there is so much anticipation as Oregon meets Indiana. You remember the beatdown from last season. That was one of the most iconic plays of the college football playoff, the pick six early in the game to really set the tone. But Oregon, Dante Moore has redemption on his mind. He knows that he is a better version of himself this season, and he can't wait to prove it against Indiana today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Hoosiers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, it's Hill. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Fourth down, Moore. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talk.
Caught, and he's got room. The 30, at the 20. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Hoosiers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. The Hoosiers will hustle to the line. Makes a catch. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Barrels ahead, and he surges across the line. Touchdown, Indiana! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Looking for more room. He's at touchdown. Hoosiers. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
On target. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Right side, it's Johnson. Snags it, and he's open. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Hill. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's Moore to throw. Out wide right, it's Moore. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle.
Unleashes one deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The Hoosiers take their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Second and long here. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Throwing more. Oh, pressure's coming. Turns it upfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Again, it's Moore. They're all over him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Moore to the air. The short hands, it's Moore. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Running the red zone, it's Hill. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bond. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. There he goes! They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their second. They're down to one timeout left in the half. First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the hot hand. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And I know Indiana, coming off a national championship, just lost big-time players. Fernando Mendoza at quarterback, Omar Cooper Jr. at receiver, running backs, whatever. But Carter Smith back on the offensive line is a massive, massive deal for Indiana and their success offensively. This guy is a road grader, outstanding in pass protection. They've got some new faces, Josh Hoover at quarterback, but with big fella out there, David, I think all things should be okay in Indiana.
I think it was huge because this guy is a redshirt senior. He absolutely could have gone to the NFL, but Indiana made the investment. He stayed. Huge building block to continue what they started with a year ago. One of the best left tackles in all the business, All-American, Big Ten Offensive Lineman of the Year. I'm not surprised they're running to the left.
He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Out wide left, it's Preston. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single cover.
Makes the catch, and he's free. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Pulls it in. It's Preston.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
The Hoosiers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. It's inside, it's Beebe. Here's a little touchdown, Hoosiers! And they take it in for 6 more points. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Powers inside. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the line.
Bush is ahead. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. The Ducks want to move quickly.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
It's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And that last completion left them with 2nd and 1. And this is a fun moment for an offensive coordinator.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Makes the catch, it's Moore. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Burrowing for yardage. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the
got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
But that's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he tacks on the extra point. On the return, it's Morris. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play.
Number 15, set to kick it off.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Dante Moore. Gonna let it fly. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Right down the middle. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Nearly intercepted.
And this offense has done a good job coming out the gate strong. They've been really, really good. This is the type of play, man, you can give momentum back to the defense, swing it back to the other side if you're not careful with the football.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got a man in the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fresh center downs going to the air. Fires to the wideout. Right side, it's Preston. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with UTSA taking on the Florida Atlantic Owls. And it's the Roadrunners with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet, but brick by brick, the staff is starting to build something.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does.
There he goes! Inside the 40. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Driving forward, it's Richard. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Right back to the well. Finding some room. Touchdown, Indiana! And the punishment has been extended. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Gets it just across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that's where the return is stopped. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here.
Snags it, and there's running room. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Moore throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. They'll run this play from the pistol. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Takes the handoff. It's Richard. Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Changing the routes with his receivers. They'll give it to him again. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Unloads to the wideout. Big hit. Knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Here's Moore to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Griffin. Crosses the 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Caught. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not there. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on 3rd down. He saw something he liked in a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, but the defense, they simply weren't fooled, and they're able to come away with the play.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground.
Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Throwing more. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about.
Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ducks! And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try.
Booster! Here we go, ready, go!
Moore will throw. Got him quickly. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
38, Oregon, 20.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. On the run, it's Richard. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Right back to it. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Moving the pocket, it's Hoover. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never know what can happen. Maybe you get hot. Maybe you make an all-time comeback.
Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. 3rd and long right here. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Motion from the wideout. Dante Moore rushes on. And the sticky fingers makes that 2-point conversion decision a good one. He'll bring it back looking for help. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Out of bounds at the 40, and quite a return to set up the offense here. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of a game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick give. It's Richard. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Plows his way ahead. Might have a chance. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Indiana! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that personal foul goes against the defense. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Moore. They'll run the screen. At the 35, he's loose. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Under pressure. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Man, it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Richard. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Moore to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Saving stop gets him out of bounds at the 5. 1st and goal coming up.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 2nd and goal for the offense. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And they did tack on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Throwing Moore. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.